Fortified zone. Alright, the audio, gotta enable sound on emulator. But the audio should be good. Should be. Friend zone. When you guys tell me audio is okay, I'm gonna start. Yeah, I unfortunately am set myself up, and if Slash doesn't show up in time, I'm doing the next run as well. So there's going to be a delay after this run if he doesn't show up. Alright, so you guys are saying audio is good, so we're going to start. Alright, so this game is a blast, and right away we're going to kind of do a little glitch. We're going to switch to the girl here because she can jump, so she actually moves quicker. And if you set yourself up just perfectly, and I got it amazingly quick, that is like, you got I think 1 pixel where you can do that clip. So I picked up the a power upgrade, and I gave that to a guy because he can have 5 bullets on screen compared to the girl having 2. And then, oops, the guy can. I also picked up some grenades from the first little boss there, or the little mini boss type thing. And then those grenades are really, really important throughout the run. So actually, I'm really surprised I got that clip first try, because it is just 1 pixel that you can stand on to get through there. So unfortunately, I messed up the rest of the stage, but. And one thing that's really cool with this is every time I hit select, I actually gain iframes. So you'll see me hitting select a lot for no reason, it looks like, but that's just to gain iframes, so I don't take damage. The less damage I take, okay, I hit select and it registered. The less damage I take throughout the run, the better it is overall, because I won't have to worry about my health as much. The worst thing about this run is, on this boss, I have to kill this boss kind of slowish, compared to like if I was to just chuck a bunch of grenades at him. And the reasoning why is because if I was to sit there and like toss grenades at him, it messes up the RNG for the next stage, and I get really bad spawns, or I don't get the grenade power up that I need. So I got that clip pretty quickly, which is nice. So you can do this boss really, really quickly, but unfortunately I'm kind of forced to do it a little slow, just so I can get the hopefully get the RNG I want for the next stage. So the boss fights are really, really tricky to pull off because it might not look like it, but this screen is humongous. I mean, absolutely insanely big. So if I, like right there at the end of that boss fight, I was only shooting like 1 bullet at a time. That's because my other 4 bullets were still traveling across the screen. Because like I said, the boss room is really, really huge, and you can only have 5 bullets on screen at once. I don't know why they decided to make the boss rooms insanely big, but they did. So, Jalico messing with us. So you're supposed to go into a hole back there, where I was, but instead we're just going to sit there and nade that a lot quicker than actually having to mess with all that nonsense. It's really hard to talk while playing this game. There's so much input I gotta do throughout, so I'm sorry if I'm missing out on talking. So this room right here, this thing reverses your directions. So left is right, up is down, down is up, all that nonsense. There's only about like, I think 3 of them in the game, maybe a little bit more, but we will only see 2 in the run. So there's actually a gap here we gotta jump over. We got an interesting little wall clip here. After we kill this guy, we're gonna wall clip, but we're gonna do it through a transition, which I messed up. Alright, so I messed it up twice, so screw it, I'm just jumping around. It's quicker to get the wall clip, obviously, but I'm messing it up, so I'm just gonna walk around. Do the boring method. So I know I talked about the girl being faster and whatnot, but like she has a little bit more movement speed overall, and her jumping mechanic, the reason why you see me jumping all the time is because that is actually quicker than her just regular walking. So I'm trying to jump as much as humanly possible as her. And like I said, the guy, he's allowed to have 5 bullets on the screen at once. So the guy's my combat, plus I upgraded his damage at the very start of the game. And the girl is my movement speed. Now hopefully we got the RNG that we want. We'll be able to tell. Nope, we did not. Alright, so I didn't get the RNG I needed, so I'm screwed. What was supposed to happen there is that those dudes are supposed to drop a grenade, and those 2 little guys are supposed to drop a missiles. The missiles, when your special bar goes empty, it goes all the way back up to full. So I kind of messed up the RNG. Don't know, honestly, I have no idea how to manipulate it. I just kind of do some things and hope for the best. So now I'm going to have to take this boss fight extremely slow and kill a bunch of enemies on the next stage just to get some missile drops. So this boss, I'm supposed to be chucking grenades at him and shooting, and it's supposed to be about like 1.5 cycles, but since I didn't get the grenade and missile drops, instead what's going to happen is it's going to be about 2.5 cycles. Actually, that wasn't bad, considering the fact that I used, I think, like 1 or 2 grenades. So now we're on the last stage already. This is a very short game. Fortress right here is about half the game, though. So we're going to take out these guys. I don't know if they can drop missiles or not. I know these guys can, so we're going to take these guys out too. There we go. That's what we're looking for right here. And now when I chuck some grenades on my guy, I'll get some back. Unfortunately, I only got 1 missile drop. Ideally, I get another there. If I'm lucky, I'll get another missile drop later on, because I need a bunch of grenades throughout the route. So we're going to go for another wall clip here, and this one is really necessary, because look how much that just skipped right there. The hardest thing about this game is, alright, good. You can make that jump without getting hit. It's kind of difficult. And like I said, that switches your directions. So the hardest thing about this game running it though is every time I switch, I gotta hit select, then over, and then hit A, either twice or hit A then select. So it's a lot of there's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of inputs that I gotta do throughout this run, so like I said, it's really hard to talk about while doing it. And this game's got the typical type of thing where if you're blanking, you can't pick up items, so I'm trying to make sure I don't get hit. So more health drops from these 2 guys. Now let's see if I can not mess up this room. This is the room I have the most issue with. It's not difficult, but I always seem to mess it up. and I messed it up. Ah, I missed. Ah, come on. Right, that wasn't too bad. I mean, ideally, you don't miss any of those, so... There's an enemy there in the dark. We're just going to jump over him, fall down, and traverse this dark section. We need a, we need to find a key, and luckily when we destroy the thing for the key, it also turns on the lights here. So, if you guys are wondering what this area looks like, you're going to be able to figure that out. So now the lights are on. There's a switch to turn the lights on, like, well, I guess, yeah, the lights just turn on for that section. Like, these switches that you're seeing, you can destroy them, obviously, and that turns on lights, but I'm trying to go quick here. We're doing a horrible job of going quick, but we're trying. And, yeah, it's just it's really out of the way to get these switches, so. So I told you guys that stage 4 is about half the game. The reason why is you have, I don't know, like 5 mini-bosses or something. Like an absurd number. So hopefully he drops a missile. Oh, okay, he did not. So that was my last chance to get a missile drop. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, so now we are relying on my gun at this point, because I need to save my missiles. I need to make sure when I kill this guy to stay away from him, because he drops a heat gun. Right there, I can't pick that up with my guy because I need grenades. The girl cannot pick up power weapons. I don't know why. That's the only health upgrade I'll get throughout the run. There's a few throughout the entire game, but they're not really worth it to pick up. Alright, so that's really good. If you mess up destroying the turret and those 2 side things, he'll have to walk all the way back to the edge of the screen and then walk forward again. So that worked out really well. That's the biggest time sink in this run, if you mess up the 1 cycle right there. It's really easy, but I've messed it up plenty of times. We're just going to fall down here. And we're almost at the last boss already. Just jump over here and walk up here. Got a little kind of mini boss, and then we got the last boss. Problem is, like I said, I don't have grenades. I'm supposed to be using grenades for like all these fights, but don't have grenades, so. Alright, now the hardest thing about this boss. There's turrets on the side, and you have to destroy those, but you have to be lined up just perfectly to kill them. And time. And my time's up. There we go. That wasn't too bad. At 12:34. My record's much better than that. I had bad RNG with the grenades, so unfortunately we're gonna have to go with a lot of gun spamming instead of actually getting a you know, nice quick kills with grenades. And that is Fortified Zone. Very quick game, very short game. It's a very, very fun game if you guys haven't played it. I suggest it. It's really, really fun. I mean, like I said, the biggest thing with it is there's just a ton of inputs going on all at once because you're constantly switching characters and spamming bullets and whatnot, so. And that's going to be it for me. I'm actually heading to bed. I'm going to wake up and the marathon's going to...